Welcome to Fallout 76. This is Jim. In this video, we're going to take a look at completing daily challenges for today, Thursday, January 15th, 2026. Let's take a look at and see what we got for today. Alright, we got some good ones here. If you want to watch slightly more score than you, take a look at the top right hand corner of the screen. I have a 25% boost. Of course, I claimed that right off the current Season 23 Season Pass on 3 pages. A 5%, 10%, an additional 10%. Which you can claim by being a Fallout First member, or by paying the 1,500 atoms for the Season Pass. Looks like we have an extra one here. Looks like it's double score. That's pretty cool. And of course, we do have the Treasure Hunter Mole Miners in town, starting today, Thursday, January 15th. I believe it goes right to Monday, January the 19th, 2026. I do have a couple of videos showing you some great locations for Treasure Hunter Mole Miners. Unlike the Festive Scorched and Spooky Scorched, Treasure Hunter Mole Miners don't really care what enemy they kind of hang around, so they hang around with all different type of enemies here in the game, usually in populated areas, but I have found them by themselves out in the wasteland, so make that little mention. They do make that little radio transmission sound, so you know they are nearby. Don't forget to pick up the Mole Miner Pails. There's 3 different types of Mole Miner Pails. Don't forget to pick that up. Or those up, I should say. They usually have a legendary item on them as well. They do count as legendary enemies, so if you do end up having like a daily or weekly challenge for that, looking for legendary enemies, they definitely do count for that. I did make a video recently, I think it was in 2025, where I did a live stream, but I did end up going back to timestamp that video, showing you some great locations for them, so you can definitely use that live stream video. Just use the timestamps if you're looking for some great locations for those guys. All right, let's take a look here, Jim. There's a couple that we can do roughly around the same time. So we're going to start off with this one here first. Destroy Robot 10. Many different type of robots we have here in game. It's not real specific what type of robot to go after, so sky's the limit. So let's take a look at some good locations here. We do the upper section of Clarksburg. Of course, the lower section will have ghouls, but the upper section will have some robots. There'll be some robots here in around Grafton. Arctos Pharma is a great spot, especially if you're lower level. Whether you spawn in fertile soil or not down here at the Vaultec Agricultural Research Center, there'll always be robots down here. Down here in Beckley, in the Beckley Mine Exhibit. 4 Robo Brains here at the Hawksbill Weather Station. Keep going up here. A lot of robots here in around Watoga. Now, if you complete a mare for a day, these robots will be passive towards you. But if you did not complete mare for a day, they will be aggressive. Just make that little mention. But if you are new to the game, mare for a day is a side quest. You can check that. I do have that video here in the channel, just in case you do run into any issues. Of course, we have the Robco Research Center, a little bit higher level area. Over here at Sugar Grove's pretty good little spot there as well. Now, turrets are also considered robots as well. Okay, turrets. So Bloody Franks, Berkeley Springs, Harper's Ferry, Dire Chemical, Crevice Dam. Great spot for turrets. Not the only spots, but great spots for sure. We can actually go also after some passive robots as well here around the White Spring Mall. So if you go to the north entrance, you go downstairs to the mall. Now, just keep in mind is they'll all be passive. However, the one that you're kind of looking to destroy, it will turn aggressive towards you, but the other ones will be passive. Just kind of keep that in mind. As compared to the robots on the outside of White Springs, if you accidentally shoot at one of those bad boys, all the robots, even the human responders, will be coming after you to kill you. So, for whatever reason, it's a little bit different on the outside of White Springs. And of course, we come down here a couple times, the Charleston Fire Department. A lot of Protectrons around here. Minus the vendor bot you can destroy. All right. So actually, let's pop down here to the Charleston Fire Department just to kind of show you that real quick. That little guy kind of digging there in the background. See him there? Little mole rat there. Huh. I don't know what he's digging at. Just leave him alone. He's leaving me alone, so I'll leave him alone. Why not? That's a pretty good picture there. That, Mole Miner actually, Treasure Hunter Mole Miner actually froze after I shot him. Just like that. It's a good picture, perfect time. Alright, so we should be able to complete this here. And again, these guys should be passive. Once in a while, they will turn aggressive towards us. Once when you start killing their comrades here, but just make that little mention there. And robots are good anyway for all kinds of great stuff. Turn our light on so we can see what we're doing here, Jimmy boy. Cut it there. Just kind of barely making her there. Holy mackerel. That almost killed me. See that? Yeah, that one almost killed me. Must have been some, yeah, I think he just destroyed us how we took the arm off him. Sometimes they will do that, the Protectrons, if you shoot the arm off them, like cripple them. Sometimes they will explode like that. Old explodies there. I think there's just a couple of rad pups in here, so we're not going to bother. Let's head upstairs. Look at that bad boy there. Oh, I thought I saw a quantum there. Never mind. Losing my mind. Slowly. Ever so slowly. Now here's the vendor bot here. Of course, we can't kill him. He's immune. Wall damage. Oh, we got him earlier. Oh, actually, I think there's a couple right out here. Now that I think of it. Maybe it's top. There we go. See how he turns aggressive like that? See that? Not all the time, but sometimes it will happen. A lot of people will do this if you're... so if you're on a public server, I have noticed a lot of people doing that just for the sheer easiness of it. As I mentioned, you know, the game doesn't care how we complete these. It just knows whether we completed them or not. All right, so just kind of keep that little mention there. So usually we have a little bit more than that here. Up around here. Yeah, usually we can get 10. Surprisingly. Okay. I don't think there's anyone over here. No, we got him already. Alright, let's go to one more little spot here. Go up here to the Arctos Pharma. And finish her off. And this is probably the best spot, especially if you're lower level. A lot of iBots here. The robots are usually one shot, one kills, even with like mediocre weapons. These guys are pretty squishy, so to speak. Gonna head around the other side here because there's usually an iBot or two. Right there. Right there we go. Thanks, game, for playing along. I don't look crazy. There we go. And that place is just loaded with robots. Alright, let's see what's next here. Let's see what's next. Complete an event. Well, into Team 1. So a couple of stipulations here. You go ahead and complete an event. The main thing is you can be on a team. Now, you can be on a team by yourself. You're going to be on a team with another player. It's really up to you what you want to do. Let's go ahead and do that first. So right off the main map screen, top right-hand corner, go social. Of course, you can create your own team. If you do join a team for daily, weekly challenges, solo, doing your own thing, I recommend casual and events because there's no stipulation there. However, if you do daily ops, raids, and expeditions, there's an expectation there to do those. So if you don't participate, you'll probably be kicked, but I usually recommend events and casuals. Let's do events here. I am on a server by myself, so we're on a team by ourselves here. Now, if you take a look at this at the description, there's a link to a video on complete events for newbies. I actually show you about several events to do. Of course, we don't do every event in the game in that hour, 6 minutes. But there are about 5 events that we can spawn in ourselves by simply fast traveling to that area or by simply walking by. Let's take a look at a couple of those locations here. BattleBot down here, Mount Blair Train Yard. As I mentioned, fertile soil here at the Voltaic Agricultural Research Center. Collision course right up here. So you come here to the Morgantown Airport, you run right down the runway and go to the quarantine zone. You'll spawn that in. And 2 here in Grafton Day are Protest March. And they're all pretty decent. Let's see what we got here. We got Death Blossoms here. Just on this particular server. Might be a little bit different for you, depending on what server you're on. It's probably Breach and Clear. Yeah, it's a little bit of a long one though. Okay, cool. So let's do BattleBot. We haven't done BattleBot in a little while. So let's spawn down here, do some BattleBot, Mount Blair Train Yard. course, see that there? We spawned that in by fast traveling to it. They're locked and loaded here. Oh, yeah.
Security units on site. All unauthorized personnel are advised to immediately leave the area or else risk dire consequences. This will be your only warning.
I think they boost the HP on these guys because usually before, you guys remember watching me play this time last year, like it usually take 2 or 3 shots and this guy would be dead. And they definitely changed something. Now after you kill him, these 2 guys here will pop up, okay? You're going to need to kill these guys because you need the bunker cards, right? So make sure you take that bunker card there. With other things, of course. And then the second guy is right up here. And these guys are pretty squishy. Get them right in the old thruster. If I can hit them. Make sure you take the bunker card, okay? Now, after you do that there, the bunker doors will swing right open. Now, you can walk right in here, but you can push this all you want. You still got to go through the paces of the key cards, okay? So the way I usually mention this to people is walk, don't run, okay? The second thing is you don't have to watch the key card slide down. You just interact with it, go to the side. You hit here and you just spam it. I think it's about 3 or 4 seconds, but after you do it a couple times, you'll get used to it, you know what I mean? And you'll get that one down path. And that's how easy that event is, extremely easy. And as we talk about the adhesive the last couple of days for, scrap junk to produce adhesive, these are those little packs of duct tape I was talking about right down here. A bunch of fuses, a bunch of these guys here for circuitry. If you check this cabinet, usually a couple plans in here. Usually a lot of ammo in here as well. Yeah, pretty good little spot there. Great spot for oil, scrap junk to produce oil. We have these gas canisters up here. Got these fuel tanks. There's one inside there as well. So you can get a lot done just by this tiny little bunker here. Just like that. All right, let's see what's next, Jimmy boy. All right. So let's go ahead here. We're going to kind of incorporate this one, and this one at the same time. Now, we're going to talk about them kind of separately, but we can do these 3 right at the same time, all right? So kill insects 5. Make sure you take the meat. As soon as you harvest that meat, you will learn a simple recipe by simply picking up that meat, okay? And that's with all meat in the game. Just like when you harvest razor grain and corn, etc., you automatically learn a recipe just like that, just by harvesting that stuff, okay? And that's how you can cook that meat-based meal. Then you can eat that meat-based meal, okay? We also have things we kind of want to go over as well, but that's the way you can kind of do that. So great spots for insects here. You will come across some older videos of mine where I say kill an insect with an energy weapon, I believe it's called. Even if you're not using an energy weapon, you can still utilize the video for daily challenges for those standalone locations, okay? One of the best spots for insects right out here at Aaronhold Homestead. So not the homestead itself, but the field to the south, okay? There's a little red barn over here. There's a bunch of bee swarms. If you take honey out of the bee swarm, there'll be a bee swarm that pops out of the hive. You can check that out, but I think the most we ever got here at one time was about 19 in total, and that's counting the bee swarms, of course. Down here at the New River Gorge Resort, good combination of ghouls and bloat flies, okay? And I think there's about 6 to 8 bloat flies there in total, usually on the pathways. It doesn't matter what side of New River Gorge Bridge you spot in, the east or the west. If you go to the upper tier, the 3 sections in the middle, there'll probably be about 4 or 5 insects up there as well. Usually some insects here around the giant teapot. Sometimes an event will happen there. Campfire Tales here at Camp Adams. All right, nice little public event to do. Lots of insects show up for that one there as well. What else we got here, Jimmy? Right up here at the Big B's Rest Stop and Treetops, right in this little section right here. Right over here by Haven Church. Places like Wendigo Cave. The Deep. And where else here? Gully Mine will usually have cave crickets. Okay, so those are pretty good spots there as well. I did make a video just recently in Burning Springs area of locations for corrosive stingwings. You can check out that video if you so wish, if you kind of hit like the Burning Springs region for those stingwings. Also, the video I made for the burning rat scorpions. Usually a lot of those locations there were blot flies and around there as well. So you can utilize both videos I made just recently, like within the last month, for locations for insects as well. So there's a couple insects here in around Athens. Right here at the Super Duper Mart. Where else here? Just south of the Hocking Hills station and around this little area right here, as I mentioned in that video. Sometimes there'll be some right here, this random location, random encounter location where enemies fight other enemies in between the railroad service yard and the Fort Steuben. Just to name a couple spots. And of course, the baseball diamond just south of Hocking Hills, usually a couple of blot flies there, bloat flies down there. All right. So all kinds of options there for us. Okay. Actually, and one more little spot just kind of popped in my head. Right down here, Shenandoah Visitor Center. Usually about 10 to 12 rad roaches down here. So that's actually, let's go down here. Shenandoah Visitor Center. We haven't been down here for a little while. Part of the Skyline Valley region. As I mentioned, usually from 10 to 12 rad roaches, really easy. Okay. And as we kill these rad roaches, we're going to be picking up meat. Okay. So make sure you pick the meat up because, as I mentioned, you'll learn a simple recipe to make your meat-based meal. Now, even though it's a meat-based meal, eat a meat-based meal. If you're a herbivore mutation, don't waste a reroll. You can still do these daily challenges and they will still count. Just like when we have to eat a plant-based meal or cook a plant-based meal, if you're a carnivore, same thing. It will count, okay? We were getting attacked there a second ago, I think, but not too sure. Let's kill these rad roaches. You can see they're nice and squishy. Just like that. Okay. And open up these doors here. Sometimes they like to kind of hang out in there. Oh, he came out there. He unlocked the door himself. There we go. Kill insects 5 for 5. Done. Just like that. Oh, another little dude there. He just make sure he doesn't want to get left out. Okay. All right. So the next one here, as I mentioned, cook a meat-based meal. And as I said, you know, one of the best spots for meat-based meals to get meat, okay, doesn't matter what level you are, is right down here through Flatwoods. One of the best spots. Doesn't matter what level you are. As I said, the game doesn't care how you do these as long as you do them. There are 7 Brahmin down here. Okay, there's 2 rad roaches, 3 mongrels a little bit further up by the Green Country Lodge, 3 mole rats that are there, 1 opossum. There's 2 more opossums down by the tavern. Great little spot. You can pick up all your meat there. Go ahead and cook it up. There's a bunch of cooking stations right by the tavern. You can definitely do that. That's the way we usually do it, but it's good to kind of change it up once in a while just to kind of give you guys as many options. You can also go after Mirelurks if you so wish, okay? Probably one of the best spots for Mirelurks is right here. Ohio River Adventures, for example. Right up here. Toxic Dried Lake Bed. Right over here, New River Gorge Resort again, right by the swimming pool area. Be about 5 there altogether in one of the buildings just south at that little swimming pool area. Down here at Lake Reynolds, just name a couple spots. There's many others, but there's just to name a couple spots there for you guys, okay? So let's go ahead. We're going to pick up our rad roach meat here. Just don't forget to pick that up. Might as well do it at the same time, right? That's why I'm kind of doing it this way. Just to kind of, you know, you can definitely streamline these challenges. Kind of weird how that... Usually we go through that tree. Right, let's pick up all the rad roach meat. And as I mentioned, if you're brand new to the game, you might go to the cooking station and say, hey, I don't have any recipes involving rad roach meat. Rad roach meat, Jim. That's what I meant to say. Tongue twister there. And basically, you automatically learn a simple recipe by picking up that meat. Okay, it's that easy. So how much do we have on us here? Is 6 rad roach meat. Just like that. Rad roach meat. There we go. All right, let's go to a cooking station here. We're going to go right back to our camp, and we're going to take a look at some camp resources as well. Alright, so once when you pick up the raw meat, okay, from wherever, however way you got it, again, you're going to have to cook it. Any cooking station will do, whether it's at your camp, another player's camp. Most train stations have them, for sure. As I mentioned, the tavern down by Flatwoods, there's a couple of them right down there. With our cooking station here, let's go ahead and go craft. We're going to go all food, do the quick and dirty here. Let's see here. There you go, grilled rad roach. A simple recipe you automatically learn by picking up rad roach meat just like that. I don't know why I have a hard time saying that. Go ahead. There we go. Cook a meat-based meal, 5 for 5 done. It is that easy, seriously. Okay. And I think our camp is getting attacked by that mole rat. Oh, there's a brood mother there. And a little baby. Oh.
Nothing out here.
Okay. That's enough of that riffraff. Let's see what's next here. And as I mentioned, eat a meat-based meal 10. All right, so I just showed you some great locations. Mentioned about the Flatwoods area. All kinds of animals down through there. If you go after them, go after Mirelurks, rad roaches. You might as well do it all at the same time. But Flatwoods is definitely one of the best spots to pick up your meat. And as I mentioned, as soon as you pick up that meat, you learn a simple recipe automatically just by harvesting that meat. Now, we also have camp resources that will help us out with this. They'll save us a little bit of time. And I don't know where they are. Yeah. I thought I had some here. I usually have them up there. I'm not usually at this camp very often. I had some up here. Anywho. Oh, I do. Yeah, they're up the next section, Jim. They're in the next section. Keep forgetting how big this prefab is. Get down here, Jim, right here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, my Lurk steamer. Yeah, you found it. My Lurk steamer. So we have two versions. We have this larger version and a slightly smaller Raiderish version we got in 2025. But as you can see, it not only collects meat, it cooks it at the same time. 2-for-1 deal. Save you a whole whack of time. And as I mentioned, even if you're a herbivore mutation, you can still have one of these camp resources in your camp. That'll just save you a whole whack of time. Sometimes we have time to play. Other times we're getting home from work or school. We just have no time. But you know what? You can still get these dailies done. With these camp resources, they will help you in a pinch for sure. Critter Cooker, again, not only collects meat, but cooks it at the same time. Meat-based meal, cooked meal. Pemmican Collector, we got the Season 17. It was available for everyone. So if you played back then, you may already have this available for you. Again, Pemmican, meat-based meal, a cooked meal. Of course, this Deathclaw Slow Roaster, this was in the shop last week. Not only collects meat, cooks it at the same time. Meat-based meal, cooked meal. Absolutely fantastic camp resources you can get just to kind of show you. Now, you don't have to have all these camp resources like I do. I have them because I make these videos every day. And just to kind of show you. So if it does pop in the shop, it's like, oh, I remember Jim saying that. And I do need something to kind of save a little bit of time. So here you go. Okay. So let's grab a couple rad scorpion steak from that cat. Grab a grilled rat toad. Some Mirelurk fillets. There we go. Okay, just like that. So let's open up our bag here. Okay, so again, eat a cooked meal, meat-based meal, a cooked meat-based meal. So let's try these smoked Mirelurk fillets we got from our Mirelurk steamer. Grilled rat toad from our critter cooker. For the ketchup, there we go. Rat scorpion steak we got from our Deathclaw slow roaster. Nice, nice. Grilled rad roach we got the old-fashioned way. There we go. So you see how camp resources will definitely help you out. I have some pemmican here, I believe. Right there. Nice, nice. So having the camp resources will definitely save you a whole whack of time. There we go. Eat a meat-based meal. 10 for 10 done. And if you're herbivore, as they said, you know, don't waste or re-roll. You can definitely do it, no problem at all. All right, nice. Let's see what's next here, Jim. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one here first. Collect caps, 250. So we definitely got a couple different ways we can do this one. We can wait for someone to come to your camp. Let's just face it, that could take a little while depending on what you have available in your vendor. The second way is you go around Wasteland, kill a bunch of enemies, and pick up all the weapons, the armor, the chems, and go ahead sell it to an NPC vendor at the train station or down at the mall, etc. You can collect caps that way there and get some XP at the same time. Pretty good way of doing that. And couple hot spots I like to kind of go to just to make a mention. Now, if you don't have carry rate boosters or you don't have travel agent perk card under charisma, Morgantown Airport's a good spot. Okay, because a lot of scorched here. If you spawn in that event called Collision Course, so even more weapons, more armor pops in. Look at that, there's a train station right here, so you don't have to worry about being overweight. You just walk right over here to Morgantown Station and sell that stuff. Same exact thing down here in Welsh, just because it's close to a train station. Okay. Now this is a little bit better of a spot down here because they do have like shotguns, combat shotguns, rifles, missile launchers, etc. However, I will make a mention, if you are a returning player, you haven't played in, let's say, about 2.5, 3 years, you will notice that there's a huge reduction in drop rate for armor and weapons in general. So there's nothing wrong with your game. That's just the way the game is nowadays. So just kind of make that mention. Now, if you do have the perk card under charisma, it's called Travel Agent. Now, even though you will be overweight if you're picking all this stuff up, but this perk card will allow you to fast travel if you're over encumbered at an increased cost. But you just can't run. Just don't forget that, because you're still overweight, okay? But it'll still allow you to fast travel. So if you don't want to go to those spots that I just mentioned, you can try out another spot. Maybe, more bang for your buck areas. You can definitely try that out. All right. Let's go to a spot here, Jim. We were down here in Welsh just the other day, so we'll make our way down there again. We were just barely able to get the 250 caps. We just weren't able to pick up as many weapons as I would have liked. But it is what it is. And of course, collecting caps, as I mentioned, you can go ahead, kill a bunch of enemies, because we do get caps from killing enemies, a fair amount. I find Scorched, Super Mutants, Mole Miners, human enemies will have the most caps on them. Grafted monsters are a good source of caps as well. All right. So let's go ahead here. We're going to go through these guys here. Now, because we were here just the other day, the weapons are on top of the building and in those areas. They will not be here, okay? But you can check out the video we did just the other day. We came here for our 250 caps. Now, another thing you can try as well is you got to make sure your 250 caps, you have room for it, okay? So your max out on caps is 40,000. And you see there in the bottom right-hand corner, I have 36,965, okay? So just make that little mention as well. Make sure you have the room for it. Holy. Hey, don't be... Yeah, see, these guys count as robots too, actually. Got to mention that. So if you ever see these guys in the air and you're going after the robots... Oh, you missed them. These guys also count as robots as well. Oh. Huh. Going down, I think. Got him. He'll have the nuclear key card, and where'd he go? He despawned. See that? That's weird. Oh, right there. Nuclear key card.
Of secure transport container. Starting self-destruct countdown under dropkick protocol.
Dropkick protocol. Alright, so you see his pump action shotgun there. Just go ahead and pick it all up. Ouch. Missed me. Yeah, right in the face here. Guy's coming in hot. Guess I ran out of missiles. Alright. Got a combat shotgun on him. Okay, good stuff. As I said, don't worry about being overweight. Okay? Because you're close to a train station. So you don't have to worry about carrying or using a carry weight booster or wasting it. Another pump action shotgun. Love it. Love it. This light on so we can see where we're going. It's just a weapon right here, but of course we were here just through the day, as I mentioned. It's not going to be here. Yeah, these weapons are not here. Okay. Well, at least we'll come here for the weapons if they're around. We'll grab that though. Perp. They must have came down because there's usually two of them right here. See if these guys are up here. No. We got over there today. Oh, settler. Okay. Alright, so let's go over here. We're going to sell this stuff over here to this NPC vendor. And hopefully we're able to make the 250 caps. Now we picked up caps along the way as well. So let's see how many we got here. So we got 104 caps just from killing those mole miners there. Now Grafted Monsters usually gives us 20 caps each. The Grafted Monsters do, so that's pretty cool. So this is a perk card that will help us out here under Charisma. Let's take a look at that real quick. It is called Hard Bargain. Now, if you're a returning player, you might remember Hard Bargain being a 3-star, but it's only a 1-star. Now, let's go ahead and apply him. And if you happen to have Great Mentats under Aid, I don't think I have any on me. No, but Great Mentats will give you better barter rates for 10 minutes, and it will stack with the Hard Bargain perk card. Let's go ahead and sell this stuff to this cat and see what we get here. Not a whole lot, of course. What you get for caps for each weapon, it will depend on the condition in terms of what you get back. 19 for him. Sell them all these here. Don't really need those. Armor.
To trade supplies.
So we are a little short. Let's see what we can sell them here. Sell them some Radaway here. Sell them that. I don't really need that. Sell them some stim packs here.
If you have supplies to trade, I can be of service.
There we go. Got like caps, 250 for 250. Now, on other times, if you do check the Atomic Shop, the free special offer section. Now everyone gets a free item here every single day. Now that item would happen to be, if I could stop doing that, improved bait ×5, but sometimes there will be 250 caps there. If you do claim it, it will also count towards the daily. So just a suggestion, like this is what I do, because before I claim this, because some people go to in the shop and just claim it right away, but check the dailies first, because if you do have one there to collect caps, you can claim that 250 caps and it'll count towards your daily, and you get that done literally just by press of a button, right? It'd be that easy. Just make that little mention there. And of course, your season 23 season passers. Now these ones here, you have to use, I think it's 20 tickets or 5,000 caps when they pop up. But again, don't waste, make sure you have the room for the 5,000 caps. So if you're close to that limit, go around, buy a bunch of stuff, and then that way there you won't waste your tickets. You won't waste your caps that you're claiming, all right? So just make sure you have the room for them before you claim them. Let's put the perk card back before I forget. Oh, I don't know why it does that. It's so annoying. Let's see here. What do I even have there? This. I don't even know if it even matters anymore. Let's see what's next here. Buy an item from or sell an item to another player. 1. Now, as I mentioned, when we were talking about collect caps, this could take all day. So I'd rather just go to another player's camp. Let's go ahead. We're going to get out of the server here. We're going to go to a server with other people to help us out. All right. Buy an item from or sell an item to another player. 1. As I mentioned, this could take forever. However, it could take a short time, but I find usually takes forever, all depending on what you have available in your vendor. Now, I usually recommend to go buy it yourself. Now, not all camps will have vendors in them, so you're just like we use this camp here for an example. I'll have V for vendor. Okay. Now, sometimes people will make temporary camps. They won't have a vendor. They won't have a shelter. So always make sure it has that little V icon for V for vendor under the camp. So that way you're not wasting too much time. Like these two here, for example. See, they don't have a vendor out. Okay. So, you know, you can still go to the camp, but if you're looking to buy something, they won't have their vendor out, all right? And the second thing is, as long as the item that you buy is at least 1 cap, you're good to go. You don't have to buy the most expensive thing. The game does not care how much you paid for it. As long as you paid 1 cap, you're good to go. So I recommend, just a suggestion, of course, to pick a camp that's selling a lot of ammo, because a lot of people will sell their ammo for 1 or 2 caps each, okay? Let's go. Oh, there's lots of ammo on this guy. So let's pop over to this person's camp. Hopefully they stick around. Of course, that's just a suggestion. You can go around and buy the most expensive thing if you have the caps for it. But to complete the daily challenge, it just needs to be 1 cap. I was gonna say, what in the world is that? Let's go here. Hopefully this person doesn't disappear on us. Oh, there's our vendor in there, Jimmy. Shop. I'm gonna go right down here to the ammo section. And look at that, 1 cap each. I'm going to go buy 1 45 round. And I'm just doing this just to show you. I know it's cheesy. Now I'm going to obviously buy more from them. But I'm just doing this just to kind of show you 1 item for 1 cap each. Done. Just like that. Now we're obviously going to buy a lot more because I don't want it to be too cheesy. So just because I can. All right, there we go. Just to kind of make it up to them. All right, yeah. Just like that. I think we're done. Pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead. I wonder if this guy's workbenches are in here. Oh, that's a nice little camp here. Wow. I'll be up here. Yeah, I don't know. This little display case they got going on. That's cool. Oh, they're in here, Jim. Weapon of the day here, buddy boy. Anti-armor hunting night vision lever action rifle. I'm having a hard time talking today. Plus 50% armor penetration. Projectiles explode for plus 20% weapon damage. Plus 100% faster movement speed while aiming. Night vision. Anti-armor explosive nimble. Hardened receiver. Stabilized long barrel. Aligned stock. Long night vision scope suppressor. Hunter lever action paint. 437 damage. 45 ammo. 5 capacity. Just single fire. This is the oldest weapon that I have in my arsenal. I've had this for a very long time, years, and it's still probably one of my best weapons that I have. In terms of perk cards, I haven't changed these in almost about 3.5 months here now. It doesn't matter what weapon I use, the rifle, shotgun, heavy, pistol, automatic, single fire, it just seems to work. This particular loadout works. The only weapon I find I really have to change the cards for, if I happen to call it out, is the archer build. for the crossbow, but everything, this loadout works with all those other weapons. As you guys know, I switch out my weapons at least once a week, sometimes a couple times a week. Legendary perk cards, these don't change for me. Very happy with them, and as you can see, they're all maxed out. Armor. This guy sticks around a little bit longer, hopefully. I don't know if he has an armor workbench here. Uh-oh. What are you doing now, Jim? Oh, there's an armor one here. Tinker's workbench. Right here, Jim. Aristocrats Ultralight Secret Service left arm. Chameleon Ultralight Secret Service left leg. Mutants Ultralight Secret Service right arm. Resistance Secret Service under armor. Troubleshooters Ultralight Secret Service right leg. Vanguard's Jetpack Secret Service chest piece. There we go. Yeah. Thanks to this person for letting me use their camp anyway for that. That's pretty cool though. There you guys go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share when you have the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather, Whitetribe, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, NotMeButMeYesMeThatsMe, Drew Winger, Waywarner, John DJ 59, Picquerist, Gwen Trutnau, Tony Watson, FelixTheKat, Benny Bunny, AJ Foltz, Adolfo Perez, Aussies 1, Ricardo 186, Eric R. Shepard, Zach M, Max Aldo Joe, Swear Am I, Cynthia B. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.